Hi, Taehyung lovers all around the world. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers channel, a channel that never stops dissecting facts, data, and the global influence of one name that always leaves the public either silent or emotionally provoked. Kim Taehyung. Just 3 seconds. Only 3 seconds are needed for the human brain to make an emotional decision: admiration, intimidation, or rejection. And it is exactly within those 3 seconds that the name Kim Taehyung once again struck global public consciousness at the beginning of 2026. Without shouting, without drama, yet the impact shook the industry, split public opinion, and ignited heated debates everywhere. In this content, we are not discussing cheap rumors. We will uncover why young K-pop artists openly name via BTS as their role model, how a single name can make a luxury brand like Cartier shift its direction, and why every time BTS makes a comeback, the world's spotlight inevitably returns to Kim Taehyung even when he chooses silence. Key points we will discuss in this content. 1. Why JL from AHOF confidently names Kim Taehyung via BTS as his role model. 2. The reason many new generation idols want to be like Taehyung. 3. The GQ Korea times Cartier phenomenon and the explosion of public reaction in Korea. 4. How Kim Taehyung does not chase trends, trends chase him. 5. Kim Taehyung's quiet yet crucial role behind BTS's industry-shaking comeback. 6. Kim Taehyung's influence on Cartier. 7. And one big question: is this popularity or global cultural power? Before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any exclusive discussions about Kim Taehyung from moments that make us proud to those that ignite public controversy. Write your thoughts in the comment section. Agree or disagree, your voice matters. And to those of you who are always active in commenting on Taehyung Lovers content, thank you. Your support is our pride and the reason this channel continues with passion to explore everything about Kim Taehyung. If you want to leave a message of appreciation, we provided a space for it below. Now take a breath, focus, because after this, we go deeper into the Kim Taehyung phenomenon, one that not everyone is ready to accept. Let's go. January 2026 arrived not through controversy, not through cheap sensationalism, but through honest recognition from a new generation of the K-pop industry. When a young idol names a role model, the entertainment world listens. When that name is via BTS, the industry has no choice but to acknowledge it. His influence is not a myth, but a fact that keeps repeating itself. That statement came from JL of AHOF, who openly and without hesitation named Kim Taehyung as his role model. This admiration was not a fleeting confession, but a reflection of an influence built over time. In a simple Q&A session, JL answered firmly when asked who his role model was. BTS v Sunbeam, he said. His reason sounded simple: singing exceptionally well, being handsome, dancing extraordinarily, but his final sentence became the key. More than all of that, he seems like a good person. In an industry that often polishes images, the statement felt raw and honest. That brief statement encapsulates Kim Taehyung's position on today's global cultural map. He is not merely a visual icon or a vocalist with a rare baritone tone, but a role model whose aura is built on character consistency. This is why more and more young K-pop artists openly admit they want to be like Kim Taehyung. They understand one crucial thing: Taehyung does not chase trends, trends chase him. In a fast-moving world full of imitation, this position belongs to only a few names. That influence was proven again when a post featuring 6 GQ Korea magazine covers of Kim Taehyung wearing Cartier jewelry instantly surged into hot category on Korea's community forum teakook. The comment section overflowed not only with praise for his visuals, but with observations about how Cartier seemed to change when worn by him. Many comments highlighted the same point. Cartier looked younger, bolder, and more relevant. This was not just a successful editorial. It was a perception phenomenon. Taehyung for GQ Korea and GQ Korea cover star V did not stop as mere media headlines. They transformed into symbols of a shift in global cultural power. When a French jewelry house with over a century of history meets the global magnetism of a K-pop icon, the result is not compromise but redefinition. Within a single magazine frame, classic luxury and new generation energy merged without diminishing one another. Since Kim Taehyung was officially appointed as a global brand ambassador, Cartier has experienced a surge of cross-generational and cross-market attention. Taehyung pulled Cartier out of a rigid exclusivity image into a more emotional, masculine, and contemporary aesthetic without sacrificing its heritage and history. In one visual frame, Cartier is no longer merely worn, but brought to life. This is a branding transformation that conventional advertising cannot achieve. The impact is measurable. Every appearance of Kim Taehyung wearing Cartier sparks global conversation, increases brand desirability, and drives purchasing interest, especially among younger consumers across Asia, the Middle East, and North America. Cartier gained not only exposure, but cultural validation in an era where public figures wield influence far beyond billboards and print campaigns. Taehyung proves that a single individual can shift global market perception simply through presence. Yet, the Kim Taehyung phenomenon does not stop in the fashion world. BTS's comeback once again becomes the strongest proof. No group in the world can create global silence with just one word: comeback. When BTS has announced a return, the industry prepares not only for new music, but for a directional shift. With over 200 official songs in their discography, BTS has transcended being a music group to become a cultural force. And within that collective power, Kim Taehyung once again becomes the emotional axis that quietly shapes public perception. In the latest comeback, BTS's surprise lies not only in the music or visual concept, but in a palpable artistic maturity. In this phase, Kim Taehyung's influence becomes even clearer. He represents a calmer, more reflective, and confident BTS, no longer shouting to be recognized, but standing still while the world turns its head. Every appearance, whether in teasers or on stage, instantly redirects global conversation. And herein lies a paradox. Kim Taehyung is not always the loudest, yet he is the reason the world keeps listening. Now the question is no longer how big Kim Taehyung's influence is, but why there are still those who deny it. Alright, Taehyung lovers all around the world, if you stayed until this point, one thing is clear. This is not just ordinary content. This is about one name that consistently makes people uncomfortable yet unable to look away: Kim Taehyung. At Taehyung Lovers Channel, we don't chase momentary sensation. We dissect facts, data, and real influence even when the truth unsettles some people. Because Taehyung is not a figure created to be liked by everyone. He exists to change direction, and change always causes noise. Moving forward, our discussions will go deeper, sharper, and bolder. There will be things that make you admire him even more, and perhaps things that make some people even angrier. But one thing is certain. We will not stop exploring Kim Taehyung from angles rarely discussed by mainstream media. So, don't go anywhere. The next content may appear when you're not ready, and that's exactly where the surprise happens. Thank you for watching, for thinking, and for daring to have an opinion. Stay with Taehyung Lovers, because when everyone else is loud, Kim Taehyung simply exists and the world reacts.